Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap.
Welcome to the Cleveland Browns Recap, where the defending champions continue their march through the regular season with a dominant win on the road in Detroit. Tonight's Cleveland studio timeout is brought to you by the Game magazine. Week 17. The Cleveland Browns headline the #1 power picture, with the award race getting louder, depth chart movement, and the stories behind the score. The Browns flexed their offensive muscles in a 35-27 victory over the Lions. Quarterback Shedeur Sanders was sharp, completing 13 of 20 passes for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wide receiver Travis Hunter exploded with 186 receiving yards and 2 scores, while running back Mike Hawkins carried the load on the ground with 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Cleveland maintained its league-best status, holding strong despite Detroit's efforts. This performance solidifies Cleveland's spot at the top of the AFC and highlights their balance on both sides of the ball. Weekly honors note: the Browns are tied into the Game of the Week spotlight. Travis Hunter is carrying the Browns' Offensive Player of the Week spotlight. What an exciting game tonight. How does it feel to come out with a win on the road?
Hey Angie, it feels great. We put in the work all week, and it's rewarding to see it pay off.
You had some standout performances from your teammates. How important is their contribution to the team's success?
Yeah, Angie, every player stepped up today. Travis and Mike were phenomenal, and that's what makes us a strong team.
Jenny here with your Week 17 MVP race. At number 5, Jackson Dart for the Giants, down 1 spot, 4,145 yards and 34 touchdowns. At number 4, Marquise Burley for the Falcons, down 1 spot, 3,971 yards and 36 touchdowns. At number 3, Darren Pearman for the Rams, new to the board, 4,018 yards and 36 touchdowns. At number 2, Caleb Downs for the Cowboys, holding steady, 4,157 yards and 38 touchdowns. At number 1, Shedeur Sanders for the Browns, holding steady and number 1 for 2 straight weeks, with 4,157 yards, 45 touchdowns, 1 picks, 259.8 a game. Right now, Shedeur Sanders for the Browns is setting the pace. That's your Week 17 MVP race. I'm Jenny. Cleveland didn't win this 35-27 shootout because they were in control. They survived it because Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter bailed out a defense that never really slammed the door on Detroit.
No, this was Cleveland imposing its will again, with Shedeur dropping 301 and Mike Hawkins ripping 125 on just 9 carries, proving the offense can front run and finish when it matters.
If you're really imposing your will, J.P. Weston isn't disappearing with just 2 catches and your defense isn't letting the Lions hang around all night like this is another shaky Week 16 escape.
Weston's quiet because the stars were cooking, and when your QB, WR1, and RB all hit like this in a must-win Week 17, that's not luck or survival, that's a legit playoff caliber statement game. Coach, after Browns 35, Lions 27, what was the biggest thing you wanted your team to own on tape?
We wanted the group to see the details. Shedeur Sanders, QB, Travis Hunter, WR, gave us a spark, but the standard is every snap.
The other side is J.P. Weston, WR. How do you keep that from becoming a weekly storyline?
We coach it straight, we fix it fast, and nobody gets to hide from the work.
No new injuries to report this week for the Browns, keeping their roster intact heading into the final stretch. The team made some roster moves, releasing defensive tackle Troy Albertson and long snapper Nico Vasquez, while extending key players JT Tuimoloau and center Tito Valles. Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. was also signed, adding depth at the position. Rookie Stephen Long continues to hold down the punter spot, with Matthew Turner and Russ Hamels firmly entrenched as starters on defense and the offensive line respectively. Coming up on the Ian Rapoport Report, contract smoke, injury timelines, Chargers pressure points. Keep the alerts on, because the quiet note is usually the loudest one by kickoff.
Marcus Reed here on Contract Line, Cap Chessboard. No new signature, but the same name keeps surviving every filter. Tonight's board starts with Maurice Ware, Ty Hamilton, and Grant Garrison. On the Cap Chessboard, Maurice Ware is the piece Cleveland cannot casually slide around. From a cap standpoint, where do you think your value really shows up beyond the stat sheet?
Marcus, every team has a cap sheet. My job is to make the football value bigger than the accounting headache.
Cleveland sits comfortably atop the AFC North with a commanding 15-1 record, well ahead of the Bengals at 11-5. The Browns are the #1 seed in the conference, carrying serious playoff seeding pressure as they eye a top 4 seed. With their division clinching watch underway, Cleveland looks poised to maintain dominance as the postseason approaches. In Week 17, the Cleveland Browns stand tall at 15-1, firmly holding the top seed in the AFC, but the pressure is mounting as the Tennessee Titans linger closely in the playoff picture. With a strong record, Cleveland has clinched a playoff spot, yet they are still fighting for more, eyeing that coveted home field advantage. The stakes are high as they prepare for the playoffs, with every snap carrying elimination implications. Remember, the next pressure point runs through Las Vegas. Highlights included Shedeur Sanders' pinpoint passing, connecting on a 56-yard bomb, Travis Hunter's electrifying catches for huge gains and 2 touchdowns, and Mike Hawkins' powerful runs breaking through Detroit's defense for multiple scores. The Browns' offense was firing on all cylinders, making big plays when it counted most. Next week, Cleveland faces the Los Angeles Chargers in a crucial matchup against a solid 9-7 team. Watch for the Browns to continue their division clinch push while managing playoff seeding implications. Keep an eye on rookie Matthew Turner as he battles on the edge, and expect Shedeur Sanders to respond after a slight dip in yardage from last week. This game promises to test Cleveland's top-ranked defense against a Chargers offense led by quarterback Ryan Garland. Another thing to watch next week is whether Jay Punter Weston bounces back after a quieter outing. Looking ahead, the Browns get Los Angeles Chargers next. Los Angeles Chargers comes in ranked 12 in the current power picture with a 9-7-0 record. The scouting board shows them at 14 in total offense, 31 in total defense, pass offense 12, rush offense 18, pass defense 31, rush defense 30. On the rating side they check in at 89 overall. What to watch for? Ryan Garland at quarterback with 3,348 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and 7 picks. Omarion Hampton on the ground with 1,046 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns. Ladd McConkey on the perimeter with 0 catches, 1,157 yards, and 11 scores. That is the assignment heading into kickoff, and those are the names Cleveland has to answer. That's your Browns update, division clinch aspirations, rookie edge battles, and playoff seeding tension all set the stage for a huge showdown with the Chargers next week. Keep an eye on the roster note too. Troy Albertson was released. See you next week for a season swing showdown with Browns.